I'm going to show you guys how to complete the Alexander Questline. This is going to get you Alexander's Shard, which is really good because it gives you a 15% increased attack power to skills. But keep in mind that at any point you can kill him and get a 10% version of it. However, obviously the 15% version is going to be better. So the first place you can encounter him is in Limgrave. However, it doesn't really matter. The first few steps you can actually skip. This is really only like a 3-step quest if you do it like this. So first off, you need to unlock the Festival of Radon, and that's going to automatically skip the first 3 steps of his questline and teleport him to the Radon Festival. So to do that, you need to get the Dectus Medallion together and activate the Lift of Dectus to trigger the Radon Festival so you can fight him. So the first one's over in Fort Height. You just have to make your way up the ladder, and it's going to be right up top. This one's very easy to get. It's found in Limgrave. It's very straightforward, just right here in this chest. And Fort Height is just located right over here in the first area. It's pretty easy to get to. It's just a short walk. Alright, so now you need to go to the Third Church of America in Limgrave, and this is going to be the fastest way to get to the next one if you don't have Caelid already open. Otherwise, you can just go to the Fort Faroth Side of Grace and skip a little bit ahead on this video. But there's going to be a portal right here. It's going to take you to the Beast Sanctum. Then you can turn around, and we're going to make a little bit of a run. Also, if you're pretty early on in the game, this is an okay farming spot if you have a stagger weapon or something that will stagger these little guys. Otherwise, you got to be careful because they can one-shot you. So we're just going to make this run down here. There is a dragon on this bridge, but you can just run past it. It's not a crazy big deal. It's generally speaking pretty slow, so unless you stop and try to fight it or something, then you shouldn't get hit by it. And then the next thing to watch out for is we're going to be running behind this Erd Tree over to the right. And there will be an Erd Tree avatar here. So make sure that you avoid that if you don't want to fight it. You just need to kind of hover a little over to the right to not aggro it. So you can run right around it. And then jump on the Spirit Spring that's right behind the tree. And then after you jump up this tree here, or Spirit Spring, you'll see we're over here behind the dragon. You can kill that and get a bunch of souls if you haven't done that yet. It just sits still, and you are now at Fort Faroth. Okay, so now we just want to run up these stairs, and then we're going to run past all this stuff and just go up this ladder. This one's actually super easy to get to because you don't really have to clear out the whole fort. It's just going to be in a chest right here at the top of this ladder. Just be careful to not get too poisoned. Yep, it's right here in this chest. Alright, so then you want to come over here to the Dectus lift and just activate it, and then that should trigger the Radon Festival. You'll know if it's triggered because this teleporter will be active. If this teleporter is not active, then you have not triggered the Radon Festival. So the reason that you want to trigger this is because this is going to be the first main place that you actually need to talk to him. So when you come up here, there's going to be a little festival going on, and the Warrior Jar is going to be standing over here. Just talk to him before the event, and then you need to go and kill Radon. And then after you kill Radon, he's going to be standing right here next to this Side of Grace. So make sure you talk to him here and exhaust his dialogue. It's important. Okay, so now we are going to find him over in Mount Gelmer, over by the Seathwater Terminus. This is going to be a little bit of an odd run, but you have to do this from the Erd Tree Gazing Hill Side of Grace to get to where he's at. So make sure you run past these ruins here, and then you can pick up this Side of Grace. There's going to be a bunch of exploding, exploding pockets that are coming up here, so be careful on that. They will do a decent amount of damage if they hit you. But as long as you keep moving, you should not have any issues. Keep on going. And then there's going to be this big fort up here around the corner, as well as another Side of Grace. In terms of enemies, there's this flame cannon you should watch out for, but other than that, not really anything too important. And then right here is where you'll fight the magma worm, and you need to kill the magma worm to trigger the next part. Okay, so now after you've killed the magma worm, you need to come over here and jump. You have to pretty much jump across the lava because he's just bathing in it and trying to forge his pot to be even harder. So I mean, honestly, pretty Chad move, I think, but alright, then you want to exhaust his dialogue here. He's going to give you a jar, And now the next part, he is going to be over in Crumbling Farum Azula, and you also can summon him at the Fire Giant, which is pretty useful because I didn't know this, but he actually doesn't increase the health of the Fire Giant whenever you summon him, and he does a lot of stance damage, so it's actually quite useful. Alright, so now for the last part of this quest, this is going to be in Crumbling Farum Azula. The reason why this quest is like long isn't because the quest itself is long. There's actually only like I said, 3 or 4 things you need to do. It's just the fact that you can't end it until you get way later on in the game. Crumbling Farum Azula is like probably the second to last area in the base game. So that's why, like, for some people it might be worth it to just kill him if you're doing your first playthrough and you don't feel like doing the quest or something like that. But yeah, so, but from here, make sure you do have 2 stone sword keys, because it is going to require that in order to open up this little fog gate thing over here. Yeah. Yeah, be careful not to get lost like I did. But now you just got to keep jumping over, and then up these stairs right here, I believe. There's going to be a fog gate that you need to use 2 stone sword keys to activate. And this is going to take you into the last little area. There's no major enemies here, but you do have to kill the Godskin duo in order to be able to get to this area. So that's like, so there are a couple bosses I guess you got to kill in order to keep going on this stuff. And hop across here. And then you're going to find him sitting right here up top, staring off into the distance. Okay, so now you got to talk to him, and he is going to challenge you to a duel. And this is going to be the last part of the quest. All you got to do is fight him, kill him, and then he will give you his innards, and then he's also going to give you the Alexander Shard Talisman. So, and that's going to be it for this. Also, remember, if you're wondering what the innards are for, if you take them to Jarburg, it's to do the Jar Barn questline over in Jarburg. But if you haven't done that from the beginning, then you might have missed out. But I don't think that one gets locked out by anything in particular. Alright guys, well, that's going to do it for this video though. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Enjoy your talisman.